You know who's not disappointed this morning, Paul?
No.
Windows Phone users, because they never had xCloud, and so it was never taken.
Wow.
It was never taken away from them.
I used your screenshot for my graphic today without permission. Suck it, Brad. Stole it. Stole it.
Gonna file a copyright claim on that.
Why am I off center? How do I fix this?
You're probably off center because the rig broke. Not the rig broke, but for reasons that I can only assume that are related to like the cosmic alignment of the universe. Sometimes when I turn on the podcast box, display 1 and display 2 in Windows gets flipped. And
yeah.
Like, which might not sound like a big deal to some people, but it has really big implications on which monitor I can see when we're recording. So,
I mean, my previous computer was destroyed by lightning, but on that computer, true story. But Skype, every single time I used it, reset all the audio video settings. So I was on the wrong mic,
Mm-hmm.
It's just, yeah.
Anyways, so sort of the topic du jour, which kind of aligns to Apple being called in front of Congress, is that xCloud on iOS appears to kind of be dead in the water right now. Not technically, like not the technical side of it, but because Apple is like probably hammering on Microsoft, like, hey, if you're going to be doing that, you got to be paying us some money. And Microsoft's probably like, nope.
Yeah, the Epic Game Store is not allowed on the App Store. The what's the other one?
Steam.
Project Stadia. Or Stadia, whatever.
Steam.
Steam.
Stadia's kind of on there, but not. Steam. You can't place Stadia on here, but you can. Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Steam did a thing where they altered the app so that you can, if you streamed from a Mac, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, guys, I don't know. Classic.
So I can tell you that whatever the local streaming is called, like whatever you stream from your box to your phone, it's not currently supported, but I can tell you that they are getting close to shipping that again, as long as Apple doesn't, do Apple stuff.
I think they're going to do Apple stuff.
Yeah, probably. So this is sort of the crux of it. Like if you weren't all up in arms about whatever the antitrust stuff relating to Apple, now you have a reason that hits them maybe a little bit closer to home or not. So.
Yeah, but this whole thing sucks. I like.
Yep.
The beta, or the preview, or whatever we're calling it, of Xbox game streaming or whatever that's called. I can't keep track of these names that all sound exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
Was supposed to conclude in early February. I'm so tired. September.
Yep.
And then just realized you discovered this week as an iPhone user, like they're like, okay, we're done.
Yep.
they're like, we're just not doing this. They were only ever able to offer a single game, whereas there were many, many games on Android. The console streaming feature you're talking about was never made available on iOS, although I guess we'll see.
Yep.
And then, of course, they could only invite a very limited number of testers because of Apple's App Store
10,000, I think it was, something like that. Yeah,
like crazy. And meanwhile, on the Android side, they expanded it throughout the year.
Mm-hmm.
Different markets, more users, brought in more games. It's a pretty good experience. So, yeah, Apple. But, guys, if you're an iPhone user or an Apple fan, I just remind you that Apple Arcade runs unfettered across the iPhone, the iPad, the Mac, and Apple TV. So you can enjoy that.
Yeah, which is, Apple Music is fine on every other platform too.
Mm-hmm,
so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no one seems to be limiting those guys with a 30% VIG. Maybe we should look into that.
Yeah, maybe we should give them they should give us a 30% cut for just talking about it. Sounds fair to me. That's sort of been the brouhaha the last 24 hours. TikTok finds itself in like a middle of class action lawsuit, which is I'm sure what Microsoft really wants to absorb whenever they do or do not buy.
Honestly, this one almost looks kind of nonsense, but it just has to go through the courts.
Mm-hmm. And then the other thing was there was a minor Samsung event yesterday, and so the one interesting thing here. Well, there's one interesting thing, and again, one really annoying thing, which is par for the course for Microsoft. They announced some really interesting integrations between the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, whatever thing, and then Windows, where you can pin apps effectively from your phone to the taskbar and run them, which sounds great. But then why is it only limited to Samsung phones, which I assume will go to other phones eventually? But
That's right. So that's how that works. I mean, they did the same thing last year with,
Yep.
I think it was phone calling, maybe.
With Samsung, didn't they, or something? Yeah.
That's right. And then it just comes to other phones over.
Yep.
It honestly, it's only a few weeks. So this is just, you got to throw a bone to the partner. That's what they do. Like, there was like an Xbox Game Pass connection.
Oh, yeah. You get like 3 months free or something.
Like, if anyone who's bought a Samsung flagship phone over the past couple of years knows when you go to Samsung.com, you go through the process. There's all these steps, and you get these benefits at the end. Like, you could take $160 worth of credit from the Galaxy Store. You could use it to buy earbuds or like a case or something. But you have like other options, and one of them is like one of the choices you get if you want it is you could choose a gaming bundle, and the gaming bundle is 3 months of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, which is worth $45.
Yep.
And you can get that Power A. It might be the one.
No, I got.
No, it's not the one you got.
I got the Razr.
No,
one.
it's not. I'm sorry. It's a Power A wireless controller with a game clip, like a phone clip. So it's like a third-party Xbox controller with a clip, and then you can clip the phone onto it. And I think that's worth, I want to say $100. It doesn't seem right. At least $60. I don't know, whatever it's worth. But yeah, I mean, if that's what you're doing it for, I mean, it's not a bad. Yes, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's still rather than reduce the price of the phone by $145 or whatever, because it's expensive. Though it's like $1,300 or something like that.
Phones are complete non-starters for me. I don't care what they've done with cameras or anything. There's no way I would ever consider one of these things. I'm not spending $3,000 a year on freaking Samsung phones.
I will tell you, if I was going to buy one Android phone, it would probably be that one. But I'm not buying it. I'm not spending $1,300 on it. And
it's crazy. It's crazy.
Now let me tell you about the iPhone 12 that I'm going to spend $1,300 on.
Yep. Well, that's an investment.
Yeah, that one's going to pay off. It retains its value.
Yeah,
It's like a fine wine. Yeah, no. I guess I'll wait and see. The only thing that I don't even care about the new design of the iPhone 12. Because I throw a case on it. I throw whatever this thing on it.
That's one thing I really miss about polycarbonate. The one thing I was reminded of when I looked at my old Nokia stuff, like behind me in the second shelf this way, is like the 1020 is, that phone and its predecessors, the 800, the, I guess, 900, 920, that phone, the 1020, the 1520, the 930, whatever. They were like solid polycarbonate. And, if you dropped it, it could dent. But because the color was literally permeated through the device, you would never, you don't get that steel scratch effect or whatever. Yep. And polycarbonate's great, and the Pixel 3a XL, and I think the 4a as well, are polycarbonate bodies. And the nice thing about that is you get to use the phone and kind of enjoy it as its thing. Because if iPhones are beautiful, but of course, they're expensive and fragile, and the first thing you want to do is cover it in a case because you're afraid you're going to scratch it or crack it or whatever, and that's understandable. But it kind of sucks because one of the nice things about it is how it looks and feels.
The only thing I care about on the next gen iPhone, the only thing is like 120 hertz display. That's maybe better cameras because the 10s is not great, but
yeah,
that's about it. And
well, I would like to. I wish they were going to a no-notch design. It doesn't appear to be happening.
Yeah, you can hold out till 2029 for that.
Yeah, I like the look of that kind of hard-edged, iPhone 4 style. I find, and I found it over all. I've owned almost all of those. I mean, I found that holding that in my hand, it actually kind of hurt. Like the edges so sharp. Like a case in that case is.
You mean the chamfered edges weren't?
Yeah,
they didn't do it for you?
They were clearly cut with a diamond because I have injuries on my hand from holding it. I got bad news on the phone and I cut all my fingers. I don't know.
So we will see. They usually announce this stuff like a month from now, early September-ish, and then it comes late September. But there's been lots of rumors that say it's delayed till November, or who knows.
I've heard like a phased release October, November, and I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they still held the event in September, honestly.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Yeah, who knows? We'll find out. I don't know, in a few weeks. In a few weeks, if we're still alive.
Right.
It's a big bet. You don't know.